a couple flat games just being dominated completely and utterly by NaVi. And I mean, certainly now you got to put up a map like Inferno, their pick, where the CT side just had no power behind it. That's frustrating for a team that we've kind of been like, I don't want to say sleeping on, but everyone's kind of been like having their own little doubts due to circumstances about this kind of run that NIP's on, still being dangerous through all the roster situation that they've had, different players coming in and out, testing new fits here and there. The swap of S-Tag over to the AWP, and then once we start believing, you get a couple of awkward performances that make us scratch our heads.
Yeah, I mean, I think the quote from Hampus that you brought up in map 1 about if you want to be the best team in Sweden, you've got to have the best player from Sweden. I think Brolin has, at times, definitely filled that quota, and he's going to farm up some lovely cash. $600 a pop. You do the maths. 4 kills immediately injected into his bank account. Come on, there's even a rifle waiting for him, so he gets the best of both worlds. Who sang that one? It's the best.
I have no idea. Don't ask me those questions. My music knowledge is probably not where it should be.
I have a horrible feeling. Brolin going to be contesting connector. Hampus already just poking his nose into B. Hello?
Ooh.
Hello? Brolin finds one. Frozen's not ready. And NIP kick open this round with a bang. MOUZ forced to stomach this with a whimper. It's already over. 1 minute 20, the clock reads. Torji and Pyjamas, their objective changes.
And with how, S-Tag, there was a timing there. Nice attempt. He was sliding out to find and punish these final players. They might have found an escape route in towards Palace. Hunker down. I was going to say, with the bomb being so long to get over to the site itself, there's a chance for NIP to... You don't even really need to hunt. You kind of know where the remaining 2 players are. Just kind of cordon them in and make sure they can't escape route anywhere. But obviously that kill into S-Tag changes everything. So now you don't see any NIP players going after it. Op and M4 will be brought forward into the next round, but NIP up to a 3-0 start.
And you want to recap how that went down. I mean, it was just that very kind of, again, I would describe it as pedestrian mid-util.
Yeah.
The 2 stages, the 2 waves, mid-window denied, connector smoke arrives, and Hampus, I think that the change is the fact that he managed to tuck in so deep.
I'm assuming he knew there was going to be a gap in the Molotov that he could walk behind. That might have been, you know, designed to give him that opportunity to sneak up to the corner.
Brolin just finding that push on the very early doors fight.
I'll tell you what, first obstacle for MOUZ, especially now that they've lost the first gun round. You go back to the first map, they did win the...
Frez wouldn't do this dry though, would he? Yeah, not expecting the AWP. Goes on looking for a fight and gets more than he bargained for. More available. Frozen tracks Brolin over that team flash, and Dexter's got info too. Eyeballs on his elbows. He knows. There you have it. MOUZ have done what you requested, Jason. They've silenced the NIP run.
So far, oh, good shot from JDC as well with the FAMAS. NIP just getting whittled down every step they take, every move they make. S-Tag dodges the bullets of the AWP and makes a quick run in. Hampus in his own battle in middle, trying to aggressively take down Dexter, and he's finally got it. Oh no! Torji has given it up, but S-Tag's gonna go down after the plant, and that's a free defuse.
Yeah, nothing he can do is there. They're just going to hold it.
Oh, it would have been so funny if actually the Molotov hit his teammate and landed right on the bomb.
Funny is a word you could use for it.
It would have been funny for us.
For us.
They would not have been laughing.
Quite the contrary. Yeah, no, actually fuming, I think, after the reaction we saw out of Dexter for his lost duel. This is JDC really just putting the nail in the coffin of this round. It was Hampus with a valiant attempt to turn around. And yeah, you get the bomb plant. Certainly a receive, and Brolin is called upon. What can you do? He's alone. Up against a whole squad. Pyjamas working the smoke, and oh, Brolin just clotheslines Pyjamas. A smoke to keep himself afloat. Hampus to arrive as well. I think MOUZ now just wanted to maybe turn tail, rejig this defense. Hampus forced forward by the flames. Torji has heard that and will collect that. There you go. Right back into a 4-on-4.
Hampus might be frustrated after that one. He even considered falling all the way back, changed his mind late. Oh, JDC with another lovely little double tap. Just like the previous round, and the space that Dexter has to work with is so small, but he makes it happen. Plopsky goes down next. No chance for trades in any of these kills. This was a 5-on-4 for NIP, now a 2-on-4.
Yeah, to see Rez find a frag, this could be a little confidence boost early into the third map. He does put Dexter on notice. 1 HP, Molly should have him. Smoke indicates Frozen is occupying CT, but they are unwilling to really push the limits here. So there is room for them to work with. You can see Rez is considering a flank. Torji was just holding it from way back.
Funnily enough, the longer they're waiting, the more likelihood there is of a flank coming in. You can already see Torji on the minimap, who's already pushed all the way through B, starting to make his run through T-spawn. And that's why you see the defense backing off. Frozen, I don't think he's even going to consider swinging here. They're saying plant. We'll take the retake with this kind of a flank, with this kind of timing. We feel like we're in a strong position.
Yeah, and that smoke's not going to achieve too much. They won't be able to contest the push through. This is the first fight for Rez. Ozzy deals with it. Problem solved. And Esatag just going to try as hard as he might to hold on to his AWP. This round is done, and that confidence is rewarded. MOUZ just, they were very convinced they'd have.
And back to mostly upgraded pistols. 3 Tech 9s, a Deagle. Hampus with the Seule AK-47. That's in B halls. All the way pushed up in towards kitchen. Quiet on the map. They've at least got utility for some kind of a set piece, some kind of taking of map control. You can see them, they're probably going to challenge in middle here. And if they can find some kills, if they can thin this out, I think that's what's going to prompt Hampus to start moving forward towards the B bomb site with that AK-47. See if he can clear out a sole defender, since a lot of attention will be on Catwalk. Late run, maybe up Cat to turn this into a B split.
Yeah, they'll try as hard as they might. You can see MOUZ's deliberate, rather passive nature. Dexter's gone looking and found nothing. It's bad info if he does assume it is clear. And in fact, he is starting to hedge his bets towards A, so mission accomplished in that respect. That's a great time smoke. They'll have to run through it. Starting to crawl now up the Cat. Dexter's info denied. Worried about the A take. This has actually enabled a 5 versus 2 on this B site. Dexter tries to contribute. Plopsky banger into the head. But it's Frozen and JDC again tested on this B site, and they are handling business. Just the two of them. Just the two of them. And they convert. 3 for JDC on that one, and there you have it. Now, that's an immediate red flag. NIP, if you want to try B, you got to get through us.
Player in mid, 3 in the B halls. Plopsky calling out information. Down the stairs we go.
The stakes have never been higher for a game of Counter-Strike for these 5. Dexter, JDC, Torji, Pyjamas, and Frozen. Erecting a CT wall now for the Ninjas. They haven't been able to get a single shuriken through. Trying their luck again on these Desert Eagles and Kevlar, just for a couple.
I want to see NIP on their T side start to create things. At the moment, from what we've seen so far, outside of the first gun round, outside of round number 3, where they actually challenged, they've just kind of been sat around waiting for utility, defensive utility to fade, waiting for Molotovs to expire, waiting for smokes to clear out, and then just pulling the trigger on an execute. What we saw in that third round in the early buy from MOUZ is an NIP Molotov towards Catwalk and Hampus sliding behind it. Players getting aggressive, players looking for fights out of the gate.
You're right, that was the most convincing T round we've seen. A little gap that they're using very well. Rez occupies it as Torji averts his gaze for a moment, but that's one. And Plopsky makes it interesting. Takes Pyjamas down on that ramp side. It's an AK as well in play now for Plopsky, and he's not been able to use it very well. Ooh, 1 on the P250 of Esatag. It's not enough. 6 on the trot. MOUZ making a strong case for the defensive domination. 6 in a row.
This is great, even with good deagle shots, even with this one, the kill on the trade on A ramp as well. Can't get anything done after that. MOUZ closing the door real quick. Second timeout for NIP early on Mirage. 9 rounds in. Feeling the heat, feeling the pressure, probably not expecting this.
On our second now, 6 could very well become 7. Look at this, I love the mix-up. Sending your raw progressive could lead to an opening frag. We don't know what's going on.
It's going to buy time.
Does go down.
Yeah, lost one player. You don't have access to underpass at the moment. You've got to reconvene. Everyone's come back towards T-spawn, towards top mid. NIP in shambles right now. This offense is scrambling to come up with an idea.
Yeah, I mean, the openings definitely haven't been going their way since, but confidence booster needs to be provided by someone. You've got that T-side orb. Maybe let Esatag find a way in, but you can see MOUZ have been very well restrained. Not giving much. It's a quick jump from Frozen for info. Beamer's tight as well on Ninja. And so the util will reign in. The numbers here favor MOUZ again. Who will be that difference maker? It's Plopsky not checking his corners, and just like that, a flurry of blue on Brown. Bomb is down. Esatag alone. Burning down to a crisp 4.
It is from like the rookie season to like when you actually start being able to challenge into the top 5, top 10. Because Frozen does feel like he's been around for a while, and I wonder if we're starting to see him build into his career.
I mean, qualifying for the playoffs of IEM Cologne certainly usually is a marker for most people's careers. Just ask Simple, just ask SK. The Brazilians definitely marking their territory when they showed up here a couple of years ago. Couple.
Yeah, couple.
5.
4-round difference, but that is extending every minute in this match. And MOUZ just not making any mistakes at the moment. And they have that luxury of being able to play very conservative, mistake-free Counter-Strike because they've had so many advantages in this map. NIP's not applying any real pressure to any point. Hampus is going to challenge, but again, you're just walking up, dry challenging, and Torji's able to find it with an AWP. Now just 2 remaining who can't do anything off that play.
Helpless. Nade destined for glory. Oh, a nice one back from Roland. Trade unavailable. JDC reveals his presence. It's Beamus in the Palace. A nice angle for this. And Brolin is booked. They convert and will have the win on this CT half. Just in the first as well that the T side need to give us a statement of intent now.
If you go back to the end of the start of the first half of Inferno, it's a it's an 18-5 run at the moment for MOUZ. They've just been utterly dominant.
That was a nice attempt. That was Hampus with a real attempt. Torji tagged on down, forced off the boost. Dexter with a nice gap to work with.
Mid control provided, and now Torji's going to have to play a little bit more passive with the op. Looks like he wants to switch over towards the B bomb site. Good find from Dexter when they needed it. Molotov towards underneath the window, but he tries to slide out, and Brolin's got him.
Rez needs to wake up as well. Third map, 2 frags to his name. A nice deagle is one thing, but we need rounds. Molly's forced across. Great tracking from Plopsky. Sprays down Beamus. Forced out by the flame. Leg up for the ninjas now as a post their 4th.
Oh no.
You're not clearing it? Esatag, he hasn't cleared. Now it's a problem, especially when Frozen gets 2. Finally, it's Brolin that sweeps him under the rug, but the damage is done and the round is on.
Oh, Torji, one more over the edge of the smoke, flash into the sky, and Brolin's got a 1v2, and boy, could they use it. JDC holding the line. I think he might have been spotted. Torji again, low HP early on in the round, and he still finds a double kill at the end of the day. 9-3.
Oh, wow, that is going to put some real salt in the wound.
But you saw a little bit of opportunity there from NIP with the change-up. The aggression in mid from Hampus forces Torji off the angle, really isolates Dexter and window. That's an easy kill to find off the trade. And then obviously you're challenging a little bit earlier into the A bomb site to find kills. And unfortunately, you don't clear out dark, you don't clear under balcony, and Frozen's able to find a double that brings it right back.
Oh boy, there's a juxtaposition for you. That slight wince as you had 60 seconds. You don't need to be getting that bomb down immediately, especially flying blind. Frozen just goes unchecked, and it leads to...
About finding out who's going to be able to fight back when everything seems lost. NIP, 2 more rounds to prove what they've got.
He's going to throw something quite spicy into the mix and get early answers. There's no one going to be there. Dorji's found himself in the underpass, supported by Dexter. Hampus trying to work this out. Great nade. Wow, doesn't get better than that. 50 HP, that's going to change his mind. And they're trying to set themselves up for something towards that Palace position. What is the call? That's the tag. Thought he was going to float over to B. Torji was established there, but seems the call is going to be quite an early one. Hampers to remove info mid, but it's not going to work out well. He's got 2 smokes to try and sell this, but Dexter in the underpass will call it quiet. And here they come, loudly. Pyjamas, perfect on the sandwich position, plucks Brolan from the pack, and now more required. The back is turned. It's Plopsky that keeps it level. Lurk smoke to enable and facilitate perhaps contesting of that bomb plant. Don't need to rush it though. NIP's palms are sweaty. This one feels compulsory. And Esatag's back is turned, and it's all again MOUZ shutting them down before Hampers can even arrive. 25 HP.
This is an incredible defense from MOUZ. Yeah, all smiles now. 11-3. There's really, it's hard to even find something to talk about at the moment for NIP.
Torji from behind, he should have this now, and oh, it gets worse. Just when you think it couldn't. A 12 looms for the Ninjas, their doom a certainty. A 12-3 defensive half here in the third. Oh, wow. Brolan, what have you got for us?
I am so stunned at the moment. There's no chance. Not even that one. Didn't even touch him. No HP loss. Flawless victory for MOUZ in the final round of the first half. It's 12-3. I think they might have just shattered NIP. I think they might have just sucker punched him right out of the tournament. Off to a break, heads and hands. Where's it all gone? Why has it all just disappeared last map? The whole conversation was Hampus and Esatag being amazing. We still have Brolan and Rez to talk about, but none of them have showed up since the second half began of Inferno of the previous map, and that's just not good enough. Here's the entrances from MOUZ. Still 2 players left to deal with, and Hampus is able to respond. Double kill, but the bomb is on the other side of the map. Dexter's gonna have to hustle to get over there and support, but MOUZ have found a way at least to get some bonus money.
Plopsky's got the smoke kit, dream combination for this retake.
Oh my god, Dexter's so far off.
Yeah, and Hampers might even be able to cut him off if they can find Frozen. There's info, there's the kit, there's the smoke, there's the frags! Oh, NIP in trouble, in jeopardy. Frozen has done enough, just standing and banging in that window. Hampers, you've got to pick up the pace now. Running in, looking for the fight, does manage to isolate. Now he knows Dexter's likely going to be coming in from the B apartments. He's got 3 kills in this one, he gets the kit, but he hasn't even got the time. Dexter just has to jiggle. And done. MOUZ 13. NIP left wanting.
Can you believe it? They even got the hold they wanted. They even got the critical kills to hold on to the A bomb site, but it was all a ruse. Hampus with a double kill that just does not matter at the end of the day. 2 1-taps, and Frozen shuts them all down. He drops the kit as well. He forces Hampus to have to chase him down just to get the extra time on the stage in the Lanxess, making the playoffs inside the Cathedral of Counter-Strike one of the best, if not the best event of the year.
They lost their opening game, Jason. The opening game of Cologne, you're up against NaVi.
They were supposed to get swept aside by Heroic after that.
Sent straight to the lower bracket round 1, and they have ran this gauntlet all the way to the arena. It is magical for MOUZ. I think they just proved to themselves that they have something to believe in, something worth fighting for. It's only Rez with an MP9. He's just looking for consolation frags, because this one is 15.
It's something every player and every team has discussed at different times throughout their runs, throughout their careers, is just what one important win can do for a confidence level. And certainly that loss to NaVi, obviously, probably a little bit expected, probably felt like hell. But moving on, the upset over Heroic just surged them with confidence.
Yeah, and you know, you talked about their academy process. Cyclone is a big part of that. Let's not forget, he was a coach of the academy team, finds himself now brought into the main team, brings JDC in an eyebrow-raising roster change, removing the veterancy of NBK in place of the academy firepower.
A very polarizing decision as well.
JDC. And then they continue to fumble and trip over their lines, and inexperience looks like it's everywhere. But look at what happens when all of the things line up at the same time. Look at the kill distribution. This is exactly what you want to see. Torji at the top, Frozen and Pyjamas right behind.
And for NIP, I don't even really know where you go with this one. This felt like, especially after victory at what, the Pinnacle Cup?
Yeah.
That victory they had there without Hampus. Hampus coming back, having some banger opening series for NIP to start this event as well. How good they looked on some T-sides, and to see it just fall flat here on the third map. I don't know what the vibe is going to be like going into the break, but it's going to be a horrible one.
Yeah, and that conversation about international teams, I mean, admittedly, Antwerp was the start of that conversation being over for good. But MOUZ, I mean, they couldn't be a more diverse cast of human beings, making it work. And now, one more round is all that stands in their way. Frozen pulls them closer. Hard clears, staying on Nimble. It's going to be one from Plopsky. They will clear him out. Should be JDC all day of the week. 2 on the Galil. And 2 more opportunities in Brolin and Rez.
And one more 2 to add. It's basically a 2v2 at this B bomb site. Although Brolin seems to have an idea of its possibility, it's just the timing. He doesn't have a whole lot of it to sit and wait for him to come from behind.
Slovakia, Lithuania, Australia, Hungary, Germany, a full 5-man international roster, locking them